Today I'm going to show you how to use Wineskin Winery 1.7 and the current version of Picto Selector to make a version of Picto Selector that runs on Mac OS X using Wine. The first thing you need to do is go to Wineskin urgesoftware.com and download the current version of Wineskin Winery 1.7. Then go to Picto Selector and download the current version of Picto Selector, which is currently 1.613. I've already done this and downloaded them to a folder which I have opened up in Finder, and you can see that I have the complete setup for Picto Selector and the Wineskin Winery app already expanded from the version 1.7 zip file. You will need to take Wineskin Winery and drag it into your applications folder and let go. Open up Wineskin Winery. And if you're on Lion, you will have to say that you're allowed to open it, which I will do now. Wineskin Winery will open up, and you can check to see if new engines are available, like this. Select a different engine if you want, the most up-to-date one. I already have selected the current version for my platform, which is 1.5.1.8. You will need to create a new blank wrapper. Give it a name of what your application is, like this, Picto Selector, and then hit OK. This will take a few minutes to complete. You will have to answer a few questions during that time. You will have to allow network connections, and then some configuration will happen. You need to install the Gecko package, which has to be downloaded from the internet. Once the wrapper is completed, you can view the wrapper in Finder, and it will automatically open up the current folder containing your new wrapper. Double-click it to run it. It will open up, allowing you to install software. You will have to choose a setup executable, which is already pre-downloaded. For this purpose, we will be using the setup complete. This will also take a few moments. This will install like a normal Windows application, clicking the next and accept. Don't create a start menu. Actually, you can. It doesn't really make much of a difference. It may be easier later if you do create it. I usually do create it. That was an accident. Don't worry about these. Click next. And wait for your install to complete. You turn off those two radio buttons and then click Finish. Once you're done, you have a completely built Picto Selector app on your in your Wineskin folder. It will ask you to choose the executable, which is going to be a typical Windows path. Program files Picto Selector, pictoselector.exe, which is correct, and then you hit OK. You can change this later in the advanced menu if you need to, if you get it wrong. I'll show you how to get into the advanced menu before we stop this video. Then you hit OK. Here's the advanced menu that will show up. I'll show you how to get into this first. Advanced, Windows XE would be browse for the program files, Picto Selector, and then Picto Selector.exe. Okay, choose. Okay, so that's fine. All these wrappers and things should be fine for now. So we're going to close the app, and then you start it up for the first time. This is the very first running of Picto Selector as if it's a fresh install. You will want to read these using the database questions as if you're a Windows user. You want to store all of the information on a local computer, which would be yours. You want to be able to share the database with everyone. This is a good idea. The connection type is a local database. The database file is the default location. Click Finish. You will need to you'll need to use the administrator for your first logon. Sorry, and then click Log On. You can create other users, but in a environment like this, it's almost not worth it unless you're sharing the computer with somebody else. I usually run it as administrator. The very first time through, it will check to see if you have missing Pictos. A default installation sometimes does, sometimes does not. It seems. I think that the current download version contains them all. If you're sometimes you can get with Wine, sometimes you can get windows stuck behind other windows. If you click and show all windows, it makes it easier to find the system tray windows and things. And you can sometimes it looks like if this window gets lost, that nothing is going on. And so if you suddenly seem like nothing's going on, use the show all windows to find out what's going on. You can also cycle through your windows this way using the menu at the OS X menu at the top. This is going through your Picto database to see whether you have all the files compared to the list. Okay, so then it says that you have all the Pictos, so then you're ready to use Picto Selector. To look at your Pictos, you search. And it will find the ones you want to use eventually. And here are Pictos for search. And to close the application, you click the red button, and it will close like a Windows application. It will leave the Picto Selector application running. No, it doesn't anymore. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. So there you go. It's the available in Applications under your Home folder under Wineskin, and that is how you create a Wineskin winery version of Picto Selector using Wine emulation environment for Mac OS X.